Fresno County voters will be hit with some big decisions when it comes to their pocketbooks this election. 3 tax measures on the ballot. Measure C, the extension of the transportation tax. Measure E, a new Fresno State tax benefiting infrastructure for academics and athletics. And Measure M, a tax improving facilities and services for Fresno's veterans. So we want to have our panel return here, Dr. Lisa Bryant, Bill McEwen. So let's take a look here at these measures here. Measure C and M, they need supermajority. Measure E just needs a 50+1 percentile here to pass. When you look at this, and we look at inflation, and we talked about pocketbook, right? This is where this kind of really comes into play. Do you really think Fresno County voters, as they see things right now with the economy, that this is something that will happen? Either way, and all of them, right? They all have different aspects of this. Right.
I mean, if I were going to lay my cards on the table, I don't usually do predictions, but I would say I think Measure C is going to be hard. It's going to be a hard win. And Measure C can come back again to voters. And so I don't know the voters are happy with it, so I don't know.
That one, I don't want to put you on the spot, but you're a Fresno State professor.
I am.
Measure E. Is this, I mean, Fresno State gets, state, federal money. It's part of the CSU system, so they do get money. But does Measure E need to happen for Fresno State to prosper?
I mean, as a Fresno State faculty member, I would say Fresno State is prospering right now. Are there infrastructure improvements that need to be done? Sure. Is this necessarily the way that those things should be done? No. I mean, I think there should be adequate funding of the university. I think that we could go with bonds. I don't think it has to be on the taxpayers' back.
Dime.
And yeah, that said, people really love Fresno State, and there's a lot of Bulldog fans, and so I think that alumni might be inclined to vote for it, and so I'm not as pessimistic about that. And people also love to support veterans, and so even though it's a tough inflation year, that's also an issue that I think people pulls at their heartstrings, and it's hard to vote against the veterans.
Tough. What do you say?
So what I see is after passage of Measure P, and that the income coming in is nearly double what was projected. You have a lot of special interest groups that want to jump on the bandwagon. And what I want to talk about is Measure C. I think it'll go down to defeat, even though early polling showed it passing just because of the attacks on it. And what we're going to see in 2 years is an earthquake. There will be competing Measure C measures on the ballot. They'll be put there by signature gathering, and you'll need 50% plus 1 vote to pass. And if they both pass, the highest vote getter will be implemented. And what you'll see is the social justice and the community activists going against establishment Fresno. And people will be able to pick from 2 radically different versions of Measure C.
Okay, real quick, just a couple of seconds left. If Measure E, does, and this is the so-called Fresno State tax, right? If it does not pass, does it come back?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's cost a lot of money to circulate it and promote it.
With one person, Richard Spencer.
One person, right? Yeah, backing
it. If it does come back, they'll have to answer a lot more questions than they have done now, because that's one reason I think that it would stop people from voting for it.
All right. You know what? I kind of feel like I want to have you back next week to talk about all this, so we'll work out schedules. Dr. Lisa Bryant, Bill McEwen, thank you so much. Happy election time, right? It's going to be fun to watch.